Today we're going to be making a beautiful Sicilian roasted pepper dish. This is a wonderful dish for a lunchtime snack or a side for a main meal. And I love using 3 different types of capsicums: red capsicums, green capsicums, and yellow capsicums, but of course you could just use one color. And what we do to start with this dish is we get a capsicum and we roast them. I like to roast them on the barbecue, but you can also roast them on your stove if you like to. And what we're trying to do here is we're trying to soften the actual capsicum and blacken the skin. And we've roasted all these capsicums in advance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to clean the capsicums. And all you need to do is just take the blackened skin and it just naturally peels off so easy. And you do need to wait until the capsicums cool down because it's a bit heavy on the fingers if you have it hot. But what a lovely, beautiful piece of flesh here that we've got. And I will do it for the red one, which is quite simple to do. When I was in Sicily making this dish with my auntie, she would have a piece of newspaper out and we'd be cleaning them out on the steps of her place. And she'd, fold up the newspaper and put all the blackened skin in the bin. But it's just so easy to do and a beautiful rustic dish. You could also roast these capsicums in a wood-fired oven if you've got one, which is another way of doing it. The trick here is not to overcook the capsicums and burn them because then the skin, the actual flesh will be too thin to then put into the salad. So once you've cleaned them, you do need to then take the middle part of the flesh out. So when you open up the capsicum, usually what you have is the head of the capsicum and all the seeds around that as well. So grab your hands and just pull it out. I don't mind having seeds in my capsicum. I think it adds to the rustic nature of the dish, but take some out. And as you can see, this is a really hands-on dish. So you've got to get your fingers in there and clean it out. We'll do it for the green. Like that. And then I found some lovely, beautiful yellow ones as well, which I thought would be nice to do at the same time. Clean them out. And then as you can see, I've got the 3 different colours here. And you could actually just have that plain by itself on a nice piece of crusty bread with some cheese. But of course I'm going to turn this into something for you. So what we have here is all the capsicum flesh ready to go. And I'm now going to peel them with my fingers. This could be a job for a knife, but to be honest, in true to form, Italian women love using their hands and it's so easy to just grab them and pull them apart and turn them into beautiful pieces of capsicum here. Green. You could use these capsicums to line a beautiful vegetable bake as well. There's so many uses for roasted capsicums. You could pop them in a jar and just drizzle a whole lot of olive oil in there and store them in the fridge for another time. So I've done about 6 capsicum here, so it's quite a decent dish. And the capsicums do last well in the fridge for a good week. And I like to use them for a lunch option, just to have a nice snack with some fresh crusty bread, or of course as a side dish with a main meal. If you are going to choose a colour, I do like the red ones the best. The red ones are nice and sweet. The green ones are quite sweet but can be a little bit more bitter. So if you are going to find one in the grocer or in your backyard, the red ones are the ones to go for. So now that we've got the capsicums ready, it's time to put a very simple seasoning into the capsicum. So what we're going to start with, very classic combination of crushed garlic and some extra virgin olive oil. And I like to use red wine vinegar. You could use white wine vinegar or something acidic. a tablespoon, but what we'll do is we'll taste it and then see how we go. Some sea salt. And some black pepper. And when basil's in season, some beautiful torn basil. I'm not one for oregano in this recipe. I don't think it works as well. So if you don't have the basil, I'd probably leave it out. And then with your hands right in there, we're going to mix this whole mixture together. It's always good to taste the capsicums at this stage, just for seasoning. So we will get a piece and just make sure that's right. So it needs a bit more salt and a bit more vinegar. Now, if you don't like vinegar, just leave it out. Just pop the garlic and olive oil and that's perfect too. All right, we're done. Now this dish tastes better the next day, but we'll plate up. So we're just gonna pour all the capsicums into a lovely serving dish. If you're storing this for another time, just pop it in a container. And then I do like to garnish this, not with extra virgin olive oil because I think it's got enough, but absolutely some extra basil leaves would work really well. A beautiful hero dish for a table and lovely for a lunchtime snack. This is my gorgeous Sicilian roasted capsicum.